In life, the one who goes first shapes the future, and the rest adjusts. Let us go, but what if no one moves? How many times have you said, let us start, let us build, let us go, but deep down you are waiting for someone else to take the first step? Are you waiting for the crowd before you make your move? Do you need consensus before you take action? Do you doubt yourself when you have to act alone? Do you feel like without a partner, nothing can truly work? It's time to break that circle. And if these questions hit home, then today's topic, let us go, is for you. So let us go. Or will you finally go alone? Will you be pressed on saying, oh, let's all go? Or will you do it yourself if no one asks? Let us go sounds powerful, but it can also be one of the most dangerous phrases in life, because many people don't realize this. Let us go often means I won't move unless someone comes with me. It's unfortunate. Here's a comfortable truth. Let us go has delayed more destinies than fear ever has. Because fear, at least, is honest. But let us go hides hesitation behind unity. In the sense, thinking that until we go as a united front, I cannot achieve anything. But here is me saying to you, don't wait for people, or don't wait for people to go with you. You need to make that move. Many of us are not stuck because we lack ideas. We are stuck because we are waiting for what? Agreement, validation, and partnership. But let me ask something today. Who told you success needs a committee? Who told you destiny requires a consensus? Who told you movement must be collective before it is valid? I'm going to share a story now. It's titled The Weight That Took Too Much. The first time they said it, it sounded innocent. 5 boys, 1 idea, 1 future. Victor typed in that WhatsApp group, let us go into business together. Shell replied with a thumbs up. Emeka sent a fire emoji. Osas said, I'm in. Musa added, say less. And just like that, it felt like something had begun. They were all in the same secondary school, same uniforms, same morning assembly, same neighborhood. But what they carried inside them was different. Victor and Shehu had been raised on a structure, respect, discipline, and patience. But Musa, Emeka, and Osas had been raised differently, in a different way. They've been raised to survive, they've been raised with fast decision, they've been raised in a loud environment, and they've been raised with sharper edges. Still, for a moment, none of that mattered, because they had a group, a name, a purpose, a future that they could type about. Every evening, messages dropped. We should start small, maybe sell something in school. We can build something big. Ideas were never the problem, movement was. Weeks passed, then months. The message slowed. Let us go slowly became, we will go. Then, we should go. Then, silence. No one said it out loud, but everyone felt it. Each boy was waiting for someone to lead, waiting for someone to decide, waiting for someone to move first. And because of that, no one moved. Time has a quiet way of separating people who once stood side by side. Musa started coming to school less frequently. Emeka became more relentless. Osas laughed louder but listened less. They found a different kind of group, one that didn't say, let us go. It just went. Victor and Shehu noticed, of course, they did, but noticing is not the same as acting. They spoke about it privately. I don't like the direction they are going, but that is their choice. And so they stayed where they were, observing, disapproving, but never intervening. One evening, a message dropped in the WhatsApp group after months of silence from Musa. We need all of us tomorrow. There's a guy, Bruno. He's been disrespectful. Emeka followed. We just want to scare him. Osas added, nothing serious. Just show him we are not soft. Victor read the message twice. Shehu stared at that screen longer than usual. They both knew something was wrong. Deeply wrong. Shehu typed, I don't think it's a good idea. Victor added, we shouldn't be involved in this. Osas, Musa, and Emeka tried hard to persuade them. but they resisted even more. Musa then replied, "Do what you want." And that was it. No one called a parent, no one informed the school, no one escalated. They did not join, but they did not stop it either. The next day, the community did not feel different, but something irreversible was already in motion. The confrontation happened behind an abandoned building between the three boys and Bruno. Words were exchanged, voices rose, pride took over, and in a moment, no one planned, Bruno fell. It was not supposed to happen like that. He hit something hard, too hard, and suddenly everything changed. They panicked in the way people would do when reality arrives too quickly. Loud, unforgiving, and impossible to rewind. No one knew if he was dead. No one wanted to be the first to find out. The voices rose, not in clarity, but in confusion. What do we do? This is all your fault. No, you pushed him. Blame moved faster than truth. Fear settled deeper than reason. Bruno, on the cold ground, carried more weight in their departure than they ever had in their presence. They agreed, without saying it outrightly, that something were better buried than was spoken. But life has a way of refusing quiet endings. A farmer, not far away, had seen it all. Not every detail, but enough to know that a boy had fallen and others had walked away. He didn't hesitate. He ran quickly, found help, returned. They lifted Bruno carefully as though gentleness could undo what had already been done. The road to the hospital felt longer than it was. Time, in moments like that, stretched, not to give hope, but to test it. Hours later, in a room that smelled too clean for such heavy news, Bruno was declared dead. And somewhere between that field and that final word, a question lingered, not about what happened, but about who he became when he does. The community went quiet in a way that noise could not fix it. Parents whispered more, teachers looked longer, and the five boys, once just boys with a WhatsApp group chat, became something else. When the investigation began, the truth unfolded layer by layer. Musa, Emeka, and Asas were arrested, then charged, then sentenced. And not the severity of the outcome, their prior involvement in escalating patterns of behavior, they were given longer sentences in a Boston training institute. The court did not see confusion. It saw escalation that was ignored far too long. Then came Victor and Shew. They expected distance to protect them. It didn't. The court asked, "Were you aware of the plan?" Their response was yes. "Did you attempt to stop it beyond private disagreement?" The answer was no. "Did you report it or intervene?" The answer was no. The judgment was different, but still heavy. Victor and Shew received lesser sentences in a Boston Training Institute, not for participation, but for their inaction, because the law did not only weigh what was done, it also weighed what was knowingly left undone. The judge's words were simple. You did not cause the act, but you were part of the chain that allowed it to happen. The sentence followed them more than punishment itself, because it introduced a truth that had never been taught early enough. That's the reason why we're telling this story. A truth that has not been taught early enough. These are things that parents ought to teach their children. More than just teaching, your children will see you. They see the way you take action. They know whether you're always hesitating or whether you're making. They know whether you're a man or woman of consensus, or they always see you taking the plunge or being the first to lead, and then other people can follow. Responsibility is not only in action, it's also in awareness without response. Years later, the story would be told differently by different people. Some would blame the boys who acted, others would question the ones who stayed silent. But the truth remained the same. It did not begin at the confrontation. No. It began years earlier, with 5 boys and 1 sentence, "Let us go." Because what they didn't understand then was that "let us go" is not a statement of movement. It is a test of leadership, a call of responsibility, a moment that asks, who will step forward? who will stand firm, who will act when it matters. The greatest tragedy is not the wrong action taken, but the right action never taken. It's important that we bear this in mind. Let us go is not about moving together. It's about choosing direction, taking responsibility, and acting at the right time. Because when no one steps up, everyone pays. Victor and Shehu didn't act, but still pay the price. What you allow can affect your life as much as what you do. So do something, take action. The last thing I will say before we wrap this up, waiting costs more than failure will ever will. Opportunities were lost. Lives were changed. Futures were altered. The price of delay is often invisible at first, but irreversible later. Don't wait for us to move. Because in life, the one who goes first shapes the future, and the rest adjusts. So my word for you is do something.